You wouldn't find a more devoted father than Ripley Holden.
Devoted to what, exactly?
This time, next year, you'll all be back for the opening of the Ripley Holden Casino Hotel. Let's live the dream.
A dead man? Just there on the floor.
Dead as Southport he was.
Diane?
He's finished with me by text.
What are you going to do?
I'll start with Ripley's wife. I'm good with wives. Would you like to go out for a drink with me?
It's not possible. It's not what I'm here for.
What is it he's done to upset you, exactly?
He shut the arcade, which means nobody makes any money. Not me, not you, not anybody.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You gotta know when to hold 'em,
When I hold them,
know when to fold 'em,
fold them.
know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Thank you very much.
Did you find out where he's getting his money?
Not sure how that helps us build a case against him, sir. Blythe? Yeah?
I want to know how desperate he is. Desperation leads to extreme behaviour. He's already lied about the victim being at the arcade opening, so he's covering something up.
We'll be right there. The victim's mates have come forward and identified him, sir.
Well, hey, that's what friends are for. Yeah. We'll pick up pastries on the way. I know it's a lot to ask in this town, but no icing for me, eh?
Where's the money coming from to pay for more machines?
You know that investment money you transferred for me to pay me tax bill?
Oh, don't tell me you spent it all on these.
I've got private health care, I pay for my kids' education. I'm thinking, what are the government going to spend it on if I do pay it? Adventure holidays for kiddie fiddlers.
But that doesn't mean you just keep pouring money into this place instead.
I'm like those gamblers that come in here with just one tactic, forcing. You force a winning streak by gambling every win you have until you hit the jackpot.
And does it ever work?
Does if you're lucky. Hey, shouldn't you be at school?
I've had a job interview.
I've never doubted your wonderful commercial instinct, Ripley. That's why being your accountant is such a learning curve. However, the fact remains you're not even open for business at the moment.
Matter of time. Albright's gonna sort it. Friends in high places. Planning permission come through any day now and...
Dad, I really need a word.
How you doing, Ruth?
Not good. I ate some onion by accident and now I'm paying the price.
Well, try and think of it as an adventure.
I just want to talk to you for a minute.
Come on then, office. But I'm not paying J-Lo off if you've got her up the duff again.
The bloke, you know, who died.
What about him?
I saw him at the arcade opening night party with his mates.
So?
You said you didn't.
To that copper? You trying to make some sort of a point here?
Not really.
Let me help you. You think I'm lying to the police?
I don't know.
And if I'm lying to the police, I must have a reason.
I'm not sure.
Well, I do have a reason, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Never tell a cop or anything. Not even the time.
Isn't that wrong?
You want to know about right and wrong? Come on, I'll show you. Danny, meet Chantel. Now, it's my bet that Chantel's already blown a gyro on the machines. Am I right, love?
Almost. Nearly. Sort of.
Give her that. Well, before you do, you should know that that is Deaf Barry's pay packet.
I don't get it.
It's your decision.
What?
Well, either a kid doesn't eat or Deaf Barry here doesn't get paid. All you need to know is right from wrong. Chantel's a loser, bad, but that means that I can be a winner, good. And my family and friends and Deaf Barry here can share in my good fortune. It's called the trickle-down effect. There always has to be a loser. And I spend my life making sure that I'm not it. The right decision is the one that makes you a winner. Now, that's a decision. Can you live with that?
This is just heavy, you know? Big thing, big thing. I mean, we didn't even know Mike was missing till we saw the news.
You didn't worry when he didn't show up at the guest house after your night out?
No, not really. It was his stag night.
What sort of a man was Mike Hooley?
How do you mean?
Well, funny, happy, depressed, bit wild, safe, a good friend, a liar, cheat, what?
Well, you know, all of them, really.
Help yourself to biscuits, lads. So, at what point in the evening's events did you and Mike part company?
What we say here, does his fiancée have to know? I mean, like, if we tell you, does that make it legal and stuff?
I thought the availability of pastry, snacks and light refreshments would indicate the informal nature of these proceedings.
We can't use anything you say here in a court of law.
Right, well, he said he was going to go off and buy a shag. It's his last night of freedom, you know. Tradition and all that.
Sure. Where would the institution of marriage be without tradition, huh? Is there a technical term for a fiancée who becomes widowed? Like pre-widow, maybe?
I'll try and find out.
Groom's mates weren't exactly overcome with grief, were they?
Maybe they were still in shock.
Clearly had a falling out on the stag night.
Big enough falling out for a fight.
Big enough for them not to check up if he got home, all right?
About him going off whoring.
Possibly.
So let me guess. I go and interview every whore in Blackpool, and you go and talk to Ripley's wife again.
No. That'll be a dereliction of my duty to leave you alone with a crowd of working girls.
There's a surprise.
You still at it?
You know what that poor young man was, Ripley? A judgment.
Just the three of now, is there? You're losing disciples faster than Jesus at the Last Supper.
I think you know deep down inside that your days are numbered.
Beware false prophets, boys. You know what I reckon?